As we continue to work day and night to recover from this historic but also horrific storm, I want to thank you for keeping the nation's attention on those who are hurting in Georgia, and I certainly appreciate President Trump helping us do that as well. You know, Marty and I both have literally been all over the state on the storm path over the last several days, and I told every stop I went to that this storm spared no one. It took one of our finest and a firefighter, Leon Davis, who was an assistant chief in Blackshear, Georgia, when a tree fell on his truck, responding to a call. Just a few miles from here, it took a young mother, just 27 years old, who had 1-month-old twin boys in the bed with her when a tree fell in their home. Just south of here in Washington County, a 7-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl died when a tree fell on their home, trapped them inside, and their house caught on fire. Marty and I had the opportunity to speak to the emergency crews who responded to both of those situations, and our hearts are still heavy from that tragic event that they experienced and described to us, but also for what they had to endure. There was also a lady trapped in her car for 3 or 4 days, another trapped in her home for the same amount of time. Thankfully, they were rescued by some of our finest. All Georgians, we have lost 33 of our fellow citizens as a direct result of Hurricane Helene. But I'm here to tell you, in spite of such tragedy and heartbreak, in spite of the pain that we've seen, there are many stories of hope and perseverance. Over the course of this past week, Marty and I traveled to Valdosta and Augusta and many communities in between. We spent time with linemen from all over the country who came to Georgia to help those in need and get their power back on. We prayed with grieving people and had the honor of shaking hands of those who have worked without sleep, hardly taking any breaks, and without slowing down to get those trapped in homes free. They were feeding those without food and getting housing for those that no longer had a home. In Glasscock County, just up the road, we spent time with the sheriff and his family, all of whom were working around the clock. In Johnson County, not far from here, there's a small church that's serving as a miracle for their community. That congregation did not even exist a few months ago, but this past week they were feeding 400 to 600 people a day. In Sandersville, a pastor prayed for us and commented on the beautiful message on Marty's shirt that she wore for several days in Valdosta, when we were in Valdosta, in red letters that spelled out simply pray. That's a message we all need right now. And I ask that all of you join our family in continuing to pray for those devastated by Hurricane Helene. On Tuesday night, we met linemen in a small Mexican restaurant who came from literally hundreds and hundreds of miles away, from New Jersey, Massachusetts, Chicago, and other places. I joked with the guy from Massachusetts, we normally don't let y'all come down here to Georgia. But I told him how much we were glad to have him, and we appreciated the work that they were doing. The next morning, we tried to go see a bunch of linemen that were having breakfast at one of the tent cities they had set up at a staging site that had over 500 trucks and over 1,000 people. We got out of the car at 6:30 a.m. before the sun was even up, and most of these hard-working people had already eaten breakfast and were walking out to go crank their truck to start working to get people's power back up whom they've never met. Those same linemen were going to keep working well into the night. That is the kind of response that we have seen after this crisis from Georgians and from people far beyond in this state. Resilience and hope have been on full display everywhere we've gone, including right here in Columbia County. We're grateful for those incredible people all over this state, but we're also mindful that every moment of every day since this storm passed, of the loss of life and the devastation that it brought. We knew it was going to be bad, which is why we prepared early, just like they did here in Columbia County. I declared a state of emergency 2 days ahead of the storm, which gave us time to mobilize and prepare for the worst. And I'm so glad that we did, because it impacted literally every part of our state. Many communities have been scarred with major infrastructure damage, and at one point, at least 1.3 million power meters were not functional, and many more Georgians were without power. That number, incredibly, is down to 225,000 as we speak. In Atlanta, we saw record rainfall with 11.12 inches of rain in a 48-hour period. The previous state record goes back to 1886 when we had 9.6 inches. As many people around the country know, we are in an agricultural state, with agriculture serving as our #1 industry. Hurricane Helene has wiped out much of this year's crop across the board. Our Agriculture Commissioner, Tyler Harper, couldn't be here today, but he wanted me to pass along a few highlights of this devastation. 35% of our cotton crop is a total loss. 10 to 30% of the peanut crop is lost. 14 dairies across the state are still without power. There was 22 total from the start. Over 222 poultry houses have been destroyed, with hundreds of others damaged and some loss of operations for the entire farm. There's extensive infrastructure damage and loss of livestock facilities. And as I told the President earlier, approximately 4 million acres of timberland has been impacted, and 48,000 acres of pecans have been damaged or destroyed as a result of this storm. I want everyone in this state to know that we are with you during these difficult times, and we aren't going anywhere. We are putting every possible state resource we have at response and recovery, and I've taken several executive authority steps to try to bring relief as quickly as we can. That includes activating and deploying roughly 2,000 Georgia Guardsmen, our citizen soldiers who are doing incredible work in the field. It includes suspending the gas tax for as long as we're under a state of emergency and waiving the penalty on the use of dyed diesel fuel in street vehicles. I want to thank the members of the General Assembly. I know we got some of them here with us today for supporting all of these measures. They are crucial partners in our overall response to this tragic event and have been tireless advocates for the Georgians they represent. And we'll continue to urge FEMA to add more impacted counties to the federal declaration list. We started with just 11, and after a call to both the White House and FEMA, they upped that number considerably up to 44 or 45 counties as we speak. We're also being mindful of our neighbors who have come to our aid in times past. Yesterday, I authorized the Georgia Guard to send a Chinook helicopter and crew to North Carolina to help in ongoing search and rescue operations. What they're going through, what we're all going through, is a living nightmare, and we're going to continue to pull together as we go through this together. These are just a few of the actions that we've taken, but rest assured, we will not stop until everyone is recovered and made whole. Someone sent me a Bible verse earlier today, and I've been thinking a lot about this. It's Galatians 6:9, and it reads, "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." Those words epitomize where we are today and our commitment. We are not giving up. We are not going to leave until the job is done. I want to encourage all of our local officials and so many of their citizens that are working so hard on this recovery and helping and talking to people every day. Keep up that great work. Keep the faith and know that we will be with you till the end. It is my honor, and I want to thank President Trump for coming back to our state again for the second time to view storm damage and keep a national focus on our state as we recover. I hope you'll welcome the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. Mr. President. The 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. Mr. President.
Well, Brian, thank you very much. Your governor is doing a fantastic job, I will tell you that. And we're all with him and with everybody. We've just met a group of really wonderful patriots that are working very hard. They've done it before, but they told me they've never seen one like this, Brian. This is the worst they've seen. And Some of them are looking back 25 years. That's a lot. But I want to thank the governor and everybody for having put out to the extent that they've had to, and it's really incredible. Some of the people that we met just now, Congressman Rick Allen, terrific person, Speaker of the Georgia House, John Burns, who's here, former Congressman Doug Collins. Where's Doug Collins? Is he around here? Doug Collins. What a nice guy he is. Oh, Doug, I haven't seen you in so long. You haven't changed. You look good. You look better, actually, if you want to. State Senator Max Burns, who's here, and District Attorney Barbie Christine. And we want to thank you, but we want to thank the people that are working so hard. And we're here in Evans, Georgia, to express our support, our love, and our prayers, and all of the communities, the suffering. It's not even believable when you look and you see the kind of suffering that's going on right now. But one of the biggest, I guess, question marks is the fact that there's so many people missing. I've never seen anything where so many, the numbers are so large of those that are missing, Governor, right? So that's something that hopefully they'll be found, and they'll be found very healthy, but it never looks great. It never looks great. Our hearts break for the more than 200 American families who have lost their lives already. Officially 200, and that number, unfortunately, is going to be going up. It's one of the deadliest storms in American history. More than 24 Georgians have died, including a 27-year-old mother and her two precious babies who lived not very far from McDuffie County. And father, a lot of people knew these people. They're great. As father and grandfather, I know that such sudden and tragic loss must be almost unbearable. Don't know how you can even take it. Loved ones all over your county, all over your state, and all over a lot of other states. You have Florida. Think of it. You have Virginia. You have South Carolina, you have Alabama, North Carolina maybe hit the worst. North Carolina is so bad. I want to thank Elon Musk, by the way, for his quick action with Starlink. He supplied a lot of equipment to the governor, to Georgia, and to North Carolina in particular, and he acted very, very quickly. They needed communication. There was no communication. The poles are down. The wires are down. And he acted really, really quickly. In fact, I called him, and I was getting thank you notices already from North Carolina and Georgia, and I wasn't off the phone with him. So I don't know what the hell I guess he's got some kind of a little special deal going. He works pretty fast, I'll tell you. But he's been great. And Larry Ellison made a very big contribution, and a friend of the governor's and mine is right here, Steve Witkoff, who also made a very big contribution. Steve, we appreciate it very much. Thank you. The homes and roads, as the governor told you, it's all being worked on. Everything's being worked on. And the good thing is when I just met a group, and now I met two groups, and now I'm meeting a third. And I will tell you that I have no doubt that whatever can be done is going to be done. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of effort, and it's a very heartbreaking situation. We're going to go to North Carolina now, and we're going to see some of our friends in North Carolina, some very good friends, and they have just been totally devastated. They've never seen anything like this. But I want to thank everybody for being here, and we have a big election coming up, and if I'm involved, I told the governor, if I'm involved, they're going to get the best treatment. They're going to get treatment like we did in the past. We had a big, the farmers got hit very hard, and I guess they got hit just as hard, or maybe, is this worse, or is this of equal?
Probably worse.
Probably worse. That was a bad one. But we worked 2 or 3 times together in big storms, but I don't think we've seen anything like this, but we got it taken care of in record time, and we will be very open and very committed to this state, because it's a great state and you have great leadership, and the governor, again, is doing a fantastic job. So thank everybody very much for being here. I appreciate it, and we may see you later, we may not, but we will be back, and whenever the governor needs us, we will be here. And thank you over there. That's a nice group of people. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. It's great. No, no, no. It's great. No, we work together. We've always worked together very well. Very, really well. It's top. Yes? Yeah, of course they are. It's been a terrible response from the White House. They're missing $1 billion that was used for another purpose, and nobody's seen anything like that. No, from that standpoint, it's been terrible. Say it? I'm not thinking about voters right now. I'm thinking about lives, and to be honest, it's much bigger than anything else, but we're thinking about lives, a lot of lives lost, a lot of people missing, and that's what I'd be focused on right now. No, it's not. It's inflation has devastated our economy. It's one of the big problems we have. And on jobs, we have the illegals have taken more jobs than anybody else. You have illegals coming in and they're taking the jobs. And when you look at the numbers from that standpoint, it's a shame. We have to get the jobs to the people that have lived here for a long time and that are great citizens of our country. But when you look at the job numbers, they just came out, and then you look at who's getting the jobs, and it's been very unfortunate from that standpoint. You have illegal, you have the migrants, you're reading about it. Now, a lot of the money that was supposed to go to Georgia and supposed to go to North Carolina and all of the others is going and has gone already. It's been gone for people that came into the country illegally, and nobody's ever seen anything like that. That's a shame. I don't know anything about what he said. I only can hope that it's going to be free and fair, and I think in this state it will be, and I hope in every state it will be, and I think we're going to do very well, but right now we're focused on this. We're not focused on the election. Well, I won it easily in 2016. We actually were very close last time, and right now the recent poll came up, we're up 7. So I think we're pretty far up, and we seem to be going up, and she seems to be going down, so I hope we're going to keep it that way. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
That was a lot shorter than I expected, probably a lot shorter than you expected. I thought it was going to be a bigger press conference, but that's okay. It'll lead into tonight. Tonight, he's going to have the big town hall in Fayetteville, so I hope you guys all come in. But before you go, I'll cover some things. I had planned a video for 3:30 anyway, and then it got bumped because of this, but I should have probably done mine in addition to it, so I'm going to do mine later tonight at about 8:30 or 9 after the town hall. But while I have you here, here's something I want to say to you. Don't go anywhere. We got to talk. At this point, and this is a lead into my video tonight, at this point, I almost think we are in a civil war. There's been no declaration. There's been no shots fired. There probably won't be any shots fired. But I think, and it feels as though we are in a civil war. And I say that because there are clear lines right now that have been drawn. Clear lines. And if you can't see at this point that this government with Kamala Harris and Dementia Joe are not working against the American people, I don't know what to show you. I urge everybody, even to the detriment of losing subscribers here, I just want to tell you, if you want to see what's really going on, you actually need to go and jump on Twitter. You need to see real time what's happening. The government has stepped in and they are working in contrary against the American people who are trying to help up in North Carolina. I've never seen anything like it. They're working to the detriment of helping people. I'm telling you, he just said 200 because that's what the press release says or something. But I'm hearing from people that, and many of you who have seen my videos, you know, I've got family, in-laws up all throughout those hills in the Asheville area. And there may be zeros added to that 200 number. That's just a number because those are probably only the people they can identify. At this point, a week later, underwater and mud and muck, identifying a dead body is really tough. If any of you have been EMTs or understand how the decomposition happens in a body, it's not easily recognizable. And so that 200 just may be the people that can go, yeah, that's so-and-so, and that's so-and-so. But what about all the other people? And then on top of that, we've got our government that's working extremely hard to basically go against the American people. So I want to show you a preview of what we're going to talk about tonight. And I hope you guys come back. Check out this preview. This lady here is a realtor up in North Carolina. She's been making a ton of videos, and she made this one as a follow-up to her last one. Watch this.
Here's your update from Western North Carolina and our Helene help operations. First of all, some really dumb rules have been implemented, y'all. One of our big shelters and distribution centers, the health department told the refugees, those that are stranded, who've lost everything, that they could not use the shelter showers without flip-flops. Dumbest thing I have ever heard. These people have lost everything, and you won't let them take a hot shower without flip-flops?
Welcome to the American government. Hey, listen, we're going to give you $750, but you got to go apply at this website and, fill out this form, and fill it out with what? How am I supposed to fill out this form? There's no cell service. There's no internet. What are you talking about? And now they're telling people, hey, you can't take a shower here. You're going to have flip-flops. Where the hell am I going to get flip-flops?
Oh, well, when I got that call, thank you, friends, and thank you to Larry in Concord who hooked us up at the nail supply place, because we sent 18,000 pairs of flip-flops up to the shelter this morning, where one of my girlfriends took a trailer up. So
amazing what this woman is doing. Amazing. Remember, she's a realtor. She's not in government. And she's doing all this, pro bono, just getting help for people.
People can take a shower. Those are the kind of rules that don't help in a time of absolute survival disaster. That's number one. Number two is, if you're reading about FEMA online and wondering if they're really a pain in the tail, I can confirm it is true. I tried to send in a pallet of chainsaws 2 days ago, and we had to divert it somewhere away from FEMA because they wanted to confiscate. FEMA, those ain't your chainsaws. Our mountain people are much better with them than y'all are, although I'm sure there's some very fine people that work for FEMA. I'm talking about the organization. But those saws need to be in the hands of the guys on ATVs down in the holler and up on these trees where there are blocked roads where we can get access to our neighbors who are still stranded. This is not a one-time little 5-minute storm. There are people that we have not gotten to yet, and we want to get to them. That's why those chainsaws are up.
Imagine that we're almost 6 days in, and we haven't even gotten to some of these areas. There's people still up there somewhere with no food, no water. God forbid, if they've lasted this long, what kind of condition they may be in.
There. So, fine, we're going to go around you, FEMA, and don't try to get in the way of North Carolina mountain people when we are trying to take care of each other. You should also know I had a shipment trying to go in last night that got stopped because somebody wanted to inventory it. So we diverted that one elsewhere to get.
Okay, so tonight when I go through all these clips that I have, I want to show you that FEMA is stepping in and blocking these shipments, making people stop, take inventory, what's in here, and in some instances even confiscating what's going on. And I've got some very reliable sources even beyond this woman here that's exactly what's going on. There's, lack of a better word, they're stealing. It's almost like a warlord in a third world country. They're taking the stuff designed to get to the people who need help. Why would our government do that? Why would our government step in the way of people trying to help? Do I care whether it comes from Kamala or Dementia Joe or a realtor, as long as I've got something to feed myself and my family? Insane.
Get it into the hands of an apartment complex of seniors that have been neglected. So thank you to the friend of mine who alerted me to that complex, and to the other friend who took this load up. And by the way, got to spend the night at the apartment of somebody who was just willing to help out. The biggest thing you have to know here is that neighbors are looking after neighbors, and when FEMA's in the way, don't think you're going to stop us, because that's basically like a Satan roadblock, and God will find a way, because God always wins. The other thing I want y'all to...
A Satan roadblock. I have to say, I've never heard that term before, but it was so appropriate as I listened to her say it. A Satan roadblock. You're stopping help that is designed to get the people who really need it. That is satanic.
To know is that we do have support from all over the country. We've got NYPD, fire departments, we've got linemen and emergency personnel, and we in North Carolina are very grateful that you have chosen to come help us. So thank you to them, but boo to the government agencies that want to get in the way. And by the way, got to add one more thing. The announcement today that this little tiny piddling amount of money is going to go to people impacted by this storm. Are you kidding me? I told y'all before, you cannot eat money or drink money. Why are we not seeing massive supply drops come in? And I mean massive.
Good question. Question I can't answer. Question you can't answer. We all have an idea, but that's why I'm going to talk about it tonight, is I really believe this is the first salvo, the first missile in terms of putting America in a civil war situation.
The government is run by my taxpayer dollars and your taxpayer dollars. They are a net consumer, not a producer. So whatever they're throwing out there comes from me. As a taxpaying citizen, DC, quit trying to buy us off, because you can't buy us for $750 anyway. How about you send in the water we need, send in some ATVs, send in some more chainsaws and fuel, and let us take care of our people and get out of the way. Because Western North Carolina is going to pull through this, whether you get in our way or not.
I love that woman. She's speaking truth. As what do they say? Truth to power. She's absolutely doing it. Every aspect of everything I see about FEMA's response or lack thereof is telling me that something is really, really wrong. It's almost like they've pulled the ripwire, and at this point they're like, we're all in. We got 30 days left. This woman, Kamala, she ain't going to beat Donald Trump. We have got to find a way to destroy America in this next 30-day period. That's how I feel. Because otherwise you would be helping people. You would be doing everything possible to facilitate instead of, intimidate and get in the way. And then I read something earlier today that, up in the hills of North Carolina, and I told you it was going to come. You're going to get some backwoods justice. Well, some good old boys decided FEMA was getting in the way, and they took him to task physically, whooped his butt. And so what's that going to happen? Because now we have fists thrown. We actually have people, pounding on some FEMA guys. Get out the way, move. We're going to do this, whether you like it or not. And I'm seeing this all over Twitter where people are like, you don't want none of this. You got people desperate. People are hungry. People are going to get cold. They haven't had a change of clothes. They can barely get a shower. And you're coming up there, hey, we're from the government. You're going to have to sign these papers and do it. You best go back down into the hood, deal with that, because up here you're going to get some justice exacted on you. They came in, they took over luxury hotels so they could stay in the 4-star rooms. Everything, just we're here from the government. We're going to take care of this. But that's not all. So I told you I had some information that I can show you, which is proof of what this woman and others have been saying. Let me just drop this on you real quick, because I think this guy here is a credible source. And his name is Elon Musk. This is jaw-dropping. Just received this note from a SpaceX engineer helping on the ground in North Carolina. FEMA is not merely failing to adequately help people in trouble, but is actively blocking citizens who try to help. Now, you understand this is from Elon Musk and his gazillion followers, and he's putting it on blast right now that FEMA is getting in the way. This is a copy or a transcript of the text he got. Hey, Elon, update here on site of Asheville. We have powered up 2 large operating bases for choppers to deliver goods into the hands. We've deployed 300 plus Starlinks. And outpour it has saved many lives because now people are beginning to be able to communicate. and also get pictures out and videos. The big issue is FEMA is actively blocking shipments and seizing goods. Read that yourself. They are actively blocking shipments and seizing goods and services locally and locking them away to state that they are their own. They are acting like criminal warlords. What do you got back there? Oh, yeah, we'll take that. We're from the government. And these people are like, what do you mean? We're going to confiscate this. Amazing. It's very real and very scary how much they have taken control to stop people helping. We are blocked now on the shipments of new Starlinks coming in until we get an escort from the fire department, but that may not be enough. Nick Sordor follows up, this should shock absolutely nobody. FEMA is actively hindering relief efforts. Moreover, they're claiming the Starlinks that, and Nick brought them up specifically because he got them from Elon. I personally delivered, they're saying they delivered it. They're telling the media and everybody else, oh yeah, we brought these up. We're from the government. We wanted to help. When this guy did it himself days ago. They're just running PR for the regime and they're lying the entire way. You sound like a government that's working for the people, by the people. No, they're executing a plan. You cannot believe this is incompetence. You can't believe it's a mistake anymore. We've gone through too much so-called incompetence. We've gone through too many mistakes. And now you're actively seizing relief help and confiscating it from people who are trying to provide it? Seriously? Gets better. So, Elon posted this. Remember, Elon's got, I don't know, what is it, 9 gazillion followers, 200 million followers. So he's like E.F. Hutton. When he puts it out there, it gets on blast. SpaceX engineers are trying to deliver Starlink terminals and supplies to devastated areas in North Carolina right now, and FEMA is both failing to help and won't let others help. This is unconscionable. They just took this video a few hours ago where you can see the level of devastation, roads, houses, electricity, water supply, and ground internet connections completely destroyed. FEMA wouldn't let them land to deliver the critical supplies. My blood is boiling. You just pissed off the richest man in the world. What do you think is going to happen next? And so he's out here posting, and here's a video of the stuff that his guys are seeing in their helicopter before it got grounded. And it's just, this is what they don't want people to see. They don't want people to be able to look at this. Joe Biden goes out and goes, hey, people up in Tennessee and North Carolina, they're happy. Really? They're happy with that? They're happy with roads that may not be passable within months? How do you, that's a road. That's not in the country. That's a road that just got swamped over by a hillslide, a mudslide. How are you going to get relief in there anytime soon if you're not, you can see the road right there without an airdrop, without a bunch of helos up in the air bringing food to these people? How do you plan on getting it there? Those are houses, and they got no way out. Look at that. That is, again, that's not a seascape. That's the actual road to these people's houses. You can see there's no place, no way possible for that. That one's about to fall into the water. The government's never going to get there. They had 4 people that they set up there, and the rest were, basically sat on a runway somewhere. They're not doing anything. Anything. You can see there's no army trucks, there's no Humvees, there's nothing happening on the ground there. Nothing at all. And these people are just trying to figure out a way, how do I get my life started again? What do I do next? This is what you expect FEMA to be on the ground doing, is dropping in bridges, dropping in, crates and crates of stuff and just dropping it so people can walk to it. Hey, that's a school or something there. And there's, homes and apartments. Look at that. There's a couple cars until they get to the other end and they can't drive. What are they going to do? There's no stores. There's no place to buy flip-flops. There's no place to go to an ATM. There's no restaurants. And the government has, look, more houses falling into the river. Look at that. Look at that. How is this possible? That this could be happening in America? It's like people don't care. And then there's another road over there, and as you go down, boom, you see now you got to cross that bridge. Good luck. We're talking something is really wrong with this government, and it can't be incompetence anymore. It has to be, in my mind, intentional. And then they really pissed Elon off. Just received this text 20 minutes ago. The level of belligerent government incompetence is staggering. Mike, and you had seen this, basically the transcript, you just haven't seen the second one. This was the one I read you earlier. Hey, Elon, update here on site of Asheville. We are powered up. That led from this one here, where he was talking about, see, hey, Elon, here, we are powered up. Okay, so now the follow-up was, WTF, FEMA is both incompetent and stopping people from helping. How can I help? And this is one of Elon's engineers on site. Read this. It's true. They are now about to shut down the airspace to, quote, regulate the private choppers we are riding in to deliver Starlink and supplies. We are pushing back with Trump team as well to help us, but not looking good. And then this one here was kind of interesting. We need help to get the word out about FEMA. We spoke with Ivanka. Behind the scenes here. I don't know if Elon meant to put this out there, but two things. Well, we're working with the Trump team, and, quote, we need to help to get the word out about FEMA. We spoke with Ivanka and handed out Starlinks with her yesterday, but FEMA then showed up and started blocking us. So Ivanka Trump was on the ground helping out and giving out Starlinks. And FEMA comes up and goes, nope, no more, stop. You can't be here, put them down. The largest concern for us here is the FAA throttling flights for our choppers, where they're requiring to-from information and mission statements now to deliver a discrete code. Doing this takes a long time and very cumbersome to the ops. This is the largest concern and most help we could use. So he's asking Elon to possibly get with Trump, to get with whoever. We got to cut this tape. We have to cut through this. There's something really wrong. Why would the government come in and stop people and say, we need to take inventory, we'll take it from here, and they're not helping people? Laura Loomer posted this, and they hate Laura Loomer. A source just sent this to me. They can't speak out publicly for fear of professional retribution by the federal government. This further reiterates what I posted yesterday. FEMA is actually blocking people from helping rescue and aid who are trapped in North Carolina. So we're hearing this from multiple sources, not just reporters, but, Elon Musk owns X. We hear it from this realtor, and I've got probably 30 minutes of videos I'm going to show you tonight where people are basically breaking down in tears and going, they literally took the stuff away from them. People who are trained to do rescue missions with medevac helicopters have been given stand-down orders. They've been told by FEMA they can't use the helicopters to carry out supply deliveries, and they were told they could not carry out the rescue of a nursing home that was flooded, even though they could easily rescue the elderly people who are trapped inside the flooded nursing home. What? You're not allowing people to help evacuate people from a nursing home, the people who need help the most, between them and children, and it's being flooded, and you're saying, no, you can't help? The government is now deliberately obstructing aid efforts, and FEMA is intentionally trying to get people killed. This is treasonous behavior by the Biden-Harris regime. So I can't, and this is the actual thing she got. So I can't post this myself, but maybe you can get the word out. We've been in Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville, South Carolina is a long way from Asheville, North Carolina. We've been in Greenville with 12 medevac helicopters under FEMA. We are just sitting here doing nothing. FEMA won't send us in to help with medical or even supply delivery. We've been here since Sunday. Today's Friday. They've been sitting on a tarmac since Sunday. We're all frustrated at not being allowed to help because of red tape. We could carry a 500-pound payload of supplies for those in need. Nope, just sitting here. We asked to go to nursing homes in affected area that are cut off to provide primary care. Nope, won't let us do poop. This is orchestrated. You know, I'm not putting on a tinfoil hat. I'm just saying, if you know people are dying, and you know people need help, and they need food, and they need water, and this entire, squad has been sitting on a tarmac somewhere since Sunday, waiting to get orders, how could these people not be in the air heading to North Carolina, dropping off 500-pound payloads? How could they not be? How can you be confiscating stuff if it wasn't on purpose? And then you get this. Hey, go to this website, and if you go to this website, we'll go ahead and get you some money. $750. Well, FEMA just denied my sister's assistance claim because the hurricane hit her house at the wrong time for emergency assistance. Dozens of trees down, no power for days, no food, no water. She's a teacher in a Title I school system, and she needs help. What are you doing, FEMA? And here's the denial. Your application for disaster assistance cannot be processed because your damages occurred on a date that was not included in the disaster declaration. If you have any questions about the programs and you don't have a phone, send up a smoke signal and maybe we'll be able to help you. Unreal. What's this one here? Just got off the phone, pastor in the midst of the flooding in Tennessee and North Carolina. He is one of the most devastated locations. He verified a few things about the situation. Almost all help is being done by private citizens, mainly churches and people in buggies and donkeys and stuff trying to get food out there. Those of you, yesterday I interviewed the people from Samaritan's Purse, who I'm donating to, who are doing God's work and trying to help people as well. Private helicopters were flying in vast majority of the supplies. Local sheriffs are telling people to feel free to defend their property from looters by whatever means they have. So this is about to get to a big problem. You got people for 6 days at this point, and they're hungry. And imagine you've got a little kid that's hungry, and your government isn't doing anything. What are you going to do? You're going to kick in a door. You're going to see if you can get something to eat. And now it's getting ready to turn into Mad Max in real life out there. Without rule of law, WROL, is happening in some areas, which means looting, robbing, etc. FEMA's involvement has seriously complicated the rescue efforts. Local sheriffs have threatened to arrest FEMA workers if they hinder rescue aid work. So I heard that earlier today from somebody else. Can't say who. But now you got the local sheriffs basically getting ready to stand off with FEMA and say, if you stop these guys, we're going to arrest you. Think about this is a federal officer. Yeah, it's FEMA, but it's a federal officer. And you have a local police officer, a sheriff, saying, we're going to arrest you if you don't get the F out the way. You're going to put in custody a federal official, a federal officer. What do you think happens after that? At that point, the government is being, their bluff is being called. You are being put into checkmate. Because now it makes the government have to defend these people you're sending in. This doesn't end well. I mentioned this to you guys in a couple other videos, and I said, backwood justice is going to happen, and now you've got local sheriffs telling government officials, government officers, if you step in the way here, we're taking you out. We're going to throw you in the pokey. Man, that can get really ugly. The response to this tragedy has been massive and overwhelming, all from private individuals and local churches. This doesn't end well. Doesn't end well at all. Here's a worse one I saw. We had 5 teams in Asheville today. The private plane delivering baby items to a remote pregnancy center was told if they unload the goods, they would be confiscated by FEMA. It's Friday. Government offices and everybody else is 425 shutting down. People are going to go home for the weekend. Hey, it's football tonight, football Saturday, football Sunday. We'll get back to the office on Monday. What do you think is going to happen this weekend up there? What kind of hell is going to break loose if these people have to go through the weekend with this kind of chaos going on? What would you do if you knew, hey, listen, there's some people who can help, and there's some people who are getting in the way and stealing it and locking it up for the weekend. Gotta go. There's lots of things that could happen here. Lots of things. So I'm going to talk about this tonight. I've got a whole bunch to show you. This was going to be part of my Civil War video, but we had to jump in here in this press conference, and then at 6:30, I believe it's 6:30, we have the rally from Fayetteville, right over, not too far from where he is right now. That's at 6:30, so I'm going to be back on at 6:30. But let me hear what you guys have to say. Hey, Marcus, what's going on, brother? He's like, all gloves at this point are off. Yeah. Why do so many people hate children and babies so much? If I answered it, they'd probably turn me off. It's that bad. It's crazy. What's happening in North Carolina is exactly the same thing as happened in Lahaina. Yeah. And, Barry, you're asking why FEMA is doing this, but the answer is obvious. It makes them look inept and terrible. That's why they want to confiscate things. Yep. Hey, we got all the baby formula, not these guys. These guys on ATVs and, hillbillies up here. No, it was us. We helped you. We're from the government. This is the result of the planned chaos that socialists attempting to take control of the nation. And we are today, 30 days from the election, November 5th, 30 days. Those people, here's what really is going to be problematic for the Democrats. Like Trump said, he gave a perfect answer. One of these reporters asked him a question. The reporter said something about, what about people not being able to vote? I ain't worrying about voting. Right now we got lives to save. Perfect answer, great political answer. Right now we got lives to save. But if you take a 30,000-foot view and you say to yourself, how is this going to impact the election? What exactly, if these people can't vote? I'll be the first one to tell you, if you haven't heard it yet, she's screwed, because you have independents and you have some reasonable Democrats in North Carolina and Georgia and some of these other states who are watching this, and they're watching this and going, oh, hell no. This is what we have to look forward to? I told you a couple days ago, ignore, turn it off, turn off the mainstream media. They are lying is faster than they can. They're making stuff up. Oh no, we didn't use all the money for newcomers. Oh, that's not why there's no money for the hurricane relief. Don't want to hear it. Right now, if you, and like I said, you can come back to my videos, but you should be on X/Twitter. There is a absolute fire hose of information coming out, and it's coming out so badly that they can't stop it. They can't stop anything that's coming right now. Now we've got whistleblowers coming out, and it's just like, it's a deluge. It really is like we are in a media flood. Each one of you is now the media. I've been telling you this for a couple of months. Get out there, share as much as you possibly can, digest it, make sure it's not BS. Obviously, Elon, he's a good, credible source, and there's some other credible sources out there, but just share the information. Get it out. You're going to beat the media. They cannot compete with millions of us putting out stories and videos and sharing this stuff. And right now what I'm seeing is you want to hear the spectrum of people. I've seen gays, I've seen blacks, I've seen Latinos, and they're all going, F this government. What are you people doing? You've reached the core essence of many people right now. When you're talking about babies, there's a video I'm going to show you. There are babies being found without their parents, and parents are like, and the government's not doing anything. Somebody said they walked up to a house and they saw the house was all messed up, and there were two little kids in there who didn't know where their parents were, and they've been sitting there for 4 days crying. Where's the government? And so when you hear those kind of stories, it very quickly goes away from Democrat, Republican, orange man bad. It's like, my government is doing this to people? But for the grace of God go I. Imagine if you lived in North Carolina. Imagine if you were a libnut. You were just in the tank for Dementia Joe. You were full-on white dude for Kamala. And now you're seeing what your government really has in store for Americans. What do you think is going to happen there? As people begin to remember, Asheville was an extremely liberal town. Was, not there, well, parts of it. What do you think those people are going to tell their other liberal friends? Hey man, this is crazy. We can't vote for this shit. I know we were all in, and my hair bun was perfect and everything. But I've seen what they've done to my people. I may be liberal, but I care about my parents and my aunts and uncles, and they're not... I don't even know where my uncles are. I don't know where they're living. Their houses are gone. I can't get a hold of anybody. And the government's like, well, whatever. That's going to change a lot of sentiment in a very quick way. Babies and the elderly, the two people who need, and the affirmed. Sandra, the great news is on, Mark if you see the stuff that Mark Robinson is doing, and I'm going to talk about that tonight too, amazing. They were the first ones to come out and talk about all his porn issues and everything else, and they don't even mention what he's been doing with these people. And he doesn't care, he's just helping people. The media hates you. That's the first thing you need to understand. The media hates you. Those of you who are in here, the media hates you. They could care less about you. They're going to look at you, look at a camera, and lie to your face. Especially in these next 30 days. They will say anything to make sure that Kamala Harris looks good. Don't even watch. Right now, you have so many sources to get information if you get on it. I had one of the guys who comes to our YouTube channel, and I forget verbatim what he said about X. And he's like, A, I can't believe I've never been here before, and B, like, oh my God, look at this just deluge of information. He goes, I've been up all night, just go here, click here, and go down to this rabbit hole, and then you're just able to see what people are taking pictures of. See, notice who's not in Asheville for the most part. The media isn't there. The media is relying on the government and other people telling them stuff, but for the most part, and I've seen some things on Fox has been getting some information out, but for the most part, they don't even show some of these videos and what these actual people are saying. These are people like you and me. These were people who last week were living a decent life, especially up in the mountains, comfortable, weren't complaining, minding their own business, and boom, like that, their lives changed. Just completely flipped their lives. And also, these are God-fearing people and government-fearing people. They've been dutifully paying their taxes and going to work every single day because that's what they're told. That's how they were brought up. And now your government has just broken that illusion. You've just showed us that, no, you don't really give a crap. You have some agenda in place, and you're seeing people talk about it. It's getting out. I'm saying a lot of people are like, I don't know how to use X. Just log on. Just log on and look. Everyone, please get out there. Reverend Robbins put out a morning message. I'll have to take a look at that. Thank you. Mega Mama says, I've been referring everyone to your channel. Thank you very much. Well said, Barry. Yeah, the delay of... See, this is the thing. People, like many people who are probably in this chat, think that the delay of help is heart-wrenching, that it was a delay. I think at this point you got to begin changing your thought pattern about this and realizing it's not just a delay, it's intentional. Why else? And if somebody had a reason, why? Any reason somebody would give for them not helping, if that answer at all relies on red tape, paperwork, anything that has to do, we put our other people in danger. How about this? How about FEMA? How about you give the people who can fly helicopters the helicopters and let them take care of it? How about you let Elon set up communications, because you can't. And we already know you can't even rescue our own astronauts because you have to ask him to hitch a ride and have, astronaut Uber. He had to send people up there. You couldn't do it. Every aspect of life right now, the government is failing. And you think this woman is tied into polls with him? Seriously? That's a figment of your imagination right now and everything you've been seeing. That's why I stopped doing the polls. I don't even listen to them. I talk to real people. I can see real people. You can see real people. Would you vote for this? I mean, seriously. If you're a Democrat and you're watching, would you vote for this? What you're seeing up in North Carolina? What excuse are you going to give me? Oh, Trump's, he's been convicted 34 times. Who has been presidential? Who is doing things? Who's not? $750? Boy, did they set her up, or is she really that stupid? Did you really intentionally, with everything you've done with Zelensky, with all this gazillions of dollars you've sent all around the world, did you really think it was a good idea to walk up to North Carolina? No, you didn't go to North Carolina. Augusta, Georgia, way away from where things actually happened, and look in a camera and say, we're going to give everybody $750. And by the way, go to this website that you can't access to see if we'll approve it. Really? Do you think that was going to work? Did you think telling Liz Cheney to endorse you was going to work? You think anybody cares about that right now? I guarantee you tomorrow, today's Friday, I guarantee you tomorrow, Saturday afternoon, the pageantry of college football, probably even Sunday, you're going to see people around the country, in stadiums around the country, talking about taking moments of silence and addressing what's happening through Tennessee, Georgia, and North Carolina. And where are you today? Trump's in Georgia. He'll be in Fayetteville in 2 hours. Where are you at, Kamala? Where are you at? And you want to be president? Take off them heels and put on some boots and get up in the mud. Take off your earrings and that big necklace. Get your ass up there and get in the mud. Show people you care. Get dirty. Load some stuff. She'll never do it. The average Dem citizens are brainwashing by mainstream media and diluted years of psychological warfare. Yep, I believe that. They have a lot of newcomers voting, and nobody knows. Exactly. Their plan is to destroy families. They have a plan. It's called New World Order. I fully believe that. Fully believe that. $750 barely pays the fees at the Asheville Club. I wouldn't know. How did you know? But anyway, I understand what you're saying. Trump will clean house. Oh, they know it's coming. At this point, there is not enough she can do to basically forget polls to turn public sentiment. She's despised. Absolutely despised. I could never, ever post it here. But what I want you guys to do, and those of you who are on X, I want you to go look up this. I'm going to show it. I can't play it at all because of the expletives in his mouth. But let me see if I can find it. All right, where is it? James Carville absolutely went haywire today. Haywire. I mean, he went absolutely nuts. So if you can find that video, which I'm looking for so I could show you what it looks like, at least. Maybe they took it down, or do I have to go over here? Because I believe I saved it when I think I sent it to Robin. This video tells you everything. This video tells you specifically how he, as a Democrat operative, is basically seeing this campaign. I'm looking for it to see if I had sent it to her. It was everywhere. Oh, here it is. All right, so again, I can't show it to you, but I mean, I can show it. I just can't play it because it's unbelievable. Actually, I can play it, but I can't do the sound. But you guys will be able to see it. All right, so this is James Carville Okay, here it is. It's a 43-second video. And he just goes absolutely crazy with it. Hold on. Let me pull it up and show it to you. It says, explosive new audio of veteran Democrat strategist James Carville trashing the Harris campaign. What the F are you people doing? Get off your butt now. And he you can hear, I don't know where they got the audio from, but he goes absolutely ballistic. You're lying to people. They can see you're lying. They're on Twitter. They can see the videos. It's just one after the other of people saying, yeah, here's what I'm doing. Here's people riding donkeys. And you're where with your $60,000 necklace? Where are you? And you had the audacity to come down off of your mountaintop and say, we'll give you $700. Well, James Carville goes absolutely ballistic. It's amazing. They know she's toast. They know she can't possibly win. And right now, when you're in that 30-day window, absent Trump walking up to the Pope and spitting in his face, there's nothing you're going to do in 30 days that's going to change the sentiment right now. It's just not going to happen. Jack Smith tried to. Jack Smith tried to come out with... It was the weirdest thing that Jack Smith would drop as information to the public, the stuff that the judges, Supreme Court already threw out, and people thought that was going to move the needle. It's like, what? So what? He's making allegations. It means nothing. This is so MSNBC and a couple people tried to run with it. Oh yeah, look at what Jack Smith said. We don't care. We don't care. Bruce Springsteen endorsed Kamala. So, Liz Cheney endorsed Kamala. So, it's over. These people are so wicked and demonized by the devil himself. Yeah, this is going to be one. Somebody says here, this is going to be when we find out who's really in control. Yeah, Joe Biden was thrown out on his butt because he was incompetent as a Democrat. How embarrassing to be so stupid. So, Dementia Joe may have put a chess icon on the board here. So, Kamala had some speech. They had it all queued up. She was supposed to go on stage wherever she was today at like 2 o'clock. And... listen to this. So she was supposed to do her speech. All the networks were there. And Karine Jean-Pierre was doing her press conference. And it was running. And the first time of his presidency, he hasn't done it any time, Joe Biden walks into the press room to take some questions. Just as Kamala Harris was getting ready to go on stage. So what did the cameras do? Oops, sorry, Kamala. We gotta hear what the president has to say. And I was like, oh man, if that isn't a boss move, if that wasn't a F you, Kamala, I know what you did to me, and hear what you got. So her entire show got preempted. Oh God, it was Bruce Springsteen was a has-been 30. Bruce had a hit record 30 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I've never let any celebrity tell me how I'm doing anything. I don't even buy the shoes that you buy. I don't care. Liz Cheney is disgusting. Yeah. And Bruce Springsteen said, that's funny. Bruce Springsteen, that's right. She went and kissed his butt this week. If Oprah didn't work, what makes you think that Bruce Springsteen is going to work? In addition to that, Robin had something really, really interesting. Tay-Tay, Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen, George Clooney, Julia Roberts, all these people. Have you guys seen any commercial, any statement, anything at all about the victims of this hurricane from any of these people? Think about that for a second. People have paid good money to see these people, bought tickets, bought merchandise, had cable subscriptions. The Rock, all these celebrities who supposedly were backing Kamala. Not one have I seen say, hey, listen, we need to do something for the people of North Carolina. Not one in all their private jets have I seen George Clooney flying out relief goods. Why? Why is it that all of these Democrat celebrities with gazillions of dollars who supposedly care about the people, that's why we're endorsing Kamala, haven't done anything for these people. Nothing. Think about that. Draw your own conclusions from it. But you're the first ones to go out there and give some sort of endorsement. Bruce, your endorsement came out today. You're supposed to be from the common man. You know, you're from Jersey Shore. Why aren't you flying a jet full of supplies down from Jersey or California, depending on where you are right now? Why aren't you flying stuff in? You got the money. Why aren't you doing it? They don't care about you. They don't care about you at all. But what I'm seeing, which enlightens me and makes me feel good, is the tons and tons and tons of people who are getting their story out, who are usurping the news. I don't even need to talk to you, news. I now am the media. And in closing, I just want to make sure you guys all know it at this time. You, and you, and you, and you over there, you're all the media. You don't have to just be consumers of media. You don't just have to consume videos here or on TikTok or Facebook. You don't have to just do that. You literally can pick one of these up and become the media. You can let people know, I'm mad as hell and I ain't gonna take it anymore. You don't have to be polished. You don't have to have all the equipment. You literally could walk outside. It's the best lighting anyway. God makes the best lighting. There's no light I can buy that can duplicate the light that he provides for free. And you can just go, you know what? I stand strong with the people of North Carolina, even if our government doesn't. Okay. Boom. I'll share that. I'll share that. Do that. Let people know, hey, listen, I just saw this video by this realtor who's up in North Carolina. Even if you have no followers, put it out there. Put it out there. Let everybody know that these people are in deep trouble and what's going on. It'll fall in somebody's neck of the woods. And if you don't put it out, it's very simple. You can do something else. Let me just show you how simple this is. All right. So this is Elon, the guy with 200 million followers. So he posts this, and he posted it at 1 o'clock. You can see right there, 12:54. Got 8 million views, and all you have to do is reply. Just let people know that that's an ad, but you can just come back in here and reply. It's very simple. These are all replies to this. FEMA's promoting. So at first, boom, they're showing basically support for what somebody else said. And and it will show up because as people go down, that's the easiest way to see what other people are saying. Get under a big post. Get under somebody and like, hey, thank you for this information. I didn't know it. I mean, every single one I showed you here, even this one with Laura Loomer. You know, all these people here are look, that's the video I just showed you. That's the video I just showed you. And someone else here is now putting it out there 3 hours ago, Skin Diesel, whoever it is, and took that video and put it out there. You know, and so you can do that. Be the media. Don't let them control what we see and what we hear. Let other people know you care. You also, just in case you didn't know this, most people type something, but when you go and hit the little bubble here, which is comment, you click here and put a comment. Notice these things that, okay, where am I? You can't see it. But below this, down here where it says reply, if I wanted to, if I clicked here, a thing would pop up, which it did right there. I could actually post a video. So if you're on your phone and you do it, you can actually hit the button and say, man, that was a great post. Thank you for that information. It's simple. Just come out of your shell. Just be that person. Just do it. Do it. I challenge you to get out there and do it. All right. Screenshot up of X and share everyone else you can. Yeah, keep sharing it. Beat these people. You know, CNN and MSNBC and even Fox, they're only there because of you. Think about that. The only reason that they have viewers is because you guys tune in. Now imagine if you just got other people, 1,000 other people, to do the same thing, and they got real stories, because most of what is shown on MSNBC, CNN, and the rest of them, they can't even show on television. They won't show that realtor lady on MSNBC. No way. They don't want her to say that. Everything is scripted. Everything that they do is basically coiffed to look really nice so that they can make their candidate look good. The hell with Kamala Harris. Bury her. Bury her. God is coming. He's coming soon. Yeah. South Carolina for Trump. Yeah. Boycott mainstream media by being the media. Be the media. That's all you got to do. Barry, they talk about Trump having all of these charges against him, and something popped into my mind. Who did Jesus use to accomplish mission? Good question today. God bless. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I have my show at 6. Well, not my show. We've got the 6:30. We have the rally. 6:30. Actually, it's not a rally. It's a town hall meeting. So we're going to cover that. Shouldn't be any changes. Nothing to jump in here. And then after the rally, I believe I put it up for. Let me just make sure you'll see it. It'll pop up. My show tonight, which is Saving America. We're going to do that at 9 o'clock. So it's later, but it's designed to get the word out there. And it's going to be packed with information. I mean, absolutely packed with information. With videos of people you haven't seen. All kinds. And I got a copy of the whistleblower report. So I'm going to get out of here, get ready for the 6:30 show. 6:30, he's doing a town hall in Fayetteville. Please, by all means, come back. I'd love to have you. We're going to have some fun. Going to give away some more hoodies. By the way, yeah. I just got some more in. Here we go. Yeah, we're going to get... I got a question for y'all. I should have put up a poll. I'll put it up tonight. So a couple ladies told me that instead of having hoodies because they have to pull it over their hair, they'd rather have, zip ups or something. So if you'd prefer a zip up versus a hoodie, let me know and we'll get some of those to give away. So, let me know in the comments. I'll leave the comments open for a while, and you guys could let me know if you like a hoodie or you like the pullover. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you very much. I got to jump, and I'll read super chats tonight. All right. See you guys. Love you. Peace out.